And then we got Saturday, which was the skills challenge, the dunk contest, and the 3 point shootout or the 3 point challenge. What I will say about the skills challenge, I'm not sure if y'all saw, but Wemby and CP3 got disqualified because they're basically trying to cheat the system. Like they weren't shooting real 3 pointers or real free throws in an attempt to get a quicker time to complete the whole obstacle course, or the whole 3 point or 3 point, the whole skills course, if that's what you want to call it. So that was a little frustrating because you got players who aren't even taking it serious anymore. It was won by the Cavs, I guess, whatever. But then the 3 point challenge, I don't really have anything bad to say on that. Tyler Hero won, so like props to him. Jalen Brunson put up a stinker, as did Damian Lillard. You had Norman Powell, you had Buddy Hield, I think they had solid names in there. Obviously, sucks to not see Clay or Curry in there, but they've also been in that contest a number of times, so I can understand why they would decline something like that if that's what ended up happening. At the end of the day, we got Damian Lillard, who's still a one of the top 3 point shooters of all time. So I'm not mad at that. But what I do want to get to is the dunk contest. So I did mention earlier, Mac McClung won the whole thing. And like I said, I thought he had solid dunks throughout the course of the night, but my frustration was with the other contestants. You had Stephon Castle of the San Antonio Spurs. You had, I believe it was, let's see, it was Jackson Jr. from the Bucks. That's Andre Jackson Jr. And then you had, let's see, you had Matas Bucelis from the Chicago Bulls, as well as Mac McClung. And man, every other dunker besides Mac McClung, I think, just did not show up. Matas had a very bad showing where I think his first dunk he didn't make at all, and then you know had a pretty mediocre dunk after that, as did Jackson Jr. They were just not. I just didn't really see any creativity, any spark. And then Stephon Castle, I just felt like he was doing a lot of pregame dunks throughout the course of the contest. He did have like a cool dunk in the finals, but I felt like he had just been the least, I guess, like embarrassment out of those three contestants, and that's how he punched his ticket to the finals. But I think from the start, it was very clear McClung was going to win. He had some solid moments. The jumping over the car, I know it's been done before by Blake Griffin, but I thought it was still cool. And he just showed off like his hops, showed off his hops, and I think he had some solid moments. Were they the best dunks I've ever seen? Wouldn't say so, but I think that he still put on a show, and I think he clearly deserved to win. And I think in just about any other year would have been considered a very, very solid performance. So that being said, do y'all have any thoughts on the dunk contest? Anything to maybe improve it?
You caught me off guard. That being the end of your sentence. Yeah, I think. Well, first of all, let me just touch on the skills challenge. Don't hate the players, man. Hate the game. They outsmarted the skills challenge, and people didn't like it. But that was actually clever. I'm not gonna lie. I think they should have saved it for the finals if they made it there.
They got
But
DQ'd.
yeah, yeah, so they should have saved it if they didn't get DQ'd. I'm saying they should have saved it so they could have made it through the first round, not get DQ'd, and then pull it off in the final round. But I guess yeah, people weren't having it. But I liked it a lot. I'm a CP3 Glazer. But yeah, the 3 point don't care, and then the dunk contest. I just think the contest is cooked. Like you already have a player, like you said, who's not really in the NBA winning three-peating it. So already, like they've kind of given up on the actual stars trying and competing in this. And I think if you're gonna have Mac McClung in there, why not have the entire contest just be dudes of that level? Like, what's the point of even having these NBA players in it? 'Cause there's clearly no competition. I think Stephen A mentioned a few years ago that his idea, I don't know if it was actually his idea, but he just was mentioning on the show an idea to just have it be bring out some of these like dunkers, like people who actually dunk. I don't know if they dunk for a living, but they dunk online, like social media dunkers who are really good, and have them compete and be sponsored. But then you have it as like everyone in the competition is a high level dunker. Then you can have NBA players sponsoring them. So it gets the players involved, it gets everyone involved, and then there's more excitement around just backing these dunkers, and there's no pressure on any players to be involved in it because it's already cooked from a player perspective. I don't think every year there's like this player's like, that was fun. Like next year I might join, and then they never join. Like it's just capped. Like they're not joining, and they're only getting older. So I think that's the only real way to save it, because obviously Mac McClung, he's doing his best to save it. Like no disrespect for him, he's being put in a position and he's taking his opportunity. I'm not mad at that, but like after three-peating, what more really is there to do? Like you're gonna come back and win it a fourth time? Like it's really not. That's not that exciting anymore. And I think I heard on First Take too. They were saying like, well, maybe it was on Kanocho's show Nightcap. They were saying that he should request an appearance fee. And be like, yeah, I'm not coming back to save this again. Like you should just drop me a mill off the top. And then he can also win the prize money if he wins it, because like they need him. He doesn't like. I'm sure he needs it because he's not an actual NBA player, but like realistically, they need him. This competition's cooked if he's not in it. And I doubt Levine's going to come back. I doubt Gordon's already. He's scorned over his losses. So really, what direction do you go in from here if it's not just doing all dunkers, not even NBA players? I think that's the only way forward.
For sure. I did see on Twitter, Ja Morant was posting. I think you sort of mentioned this a little bit, but like Ja Morant had mentioned something about potentially doing it next year. Giannis was in the conversation. Zach LaVine came out and said like him and Aaron Gordon should come back and make an appearance. And like you said, man, on paper it sounds amazing. Like if you told me that next year had Ja Morant, we had Giannis, we had Zach LaVine, we had Aaron Gordon, I would be super excited. I would 100% be tuning in and be excited to watch. But man, like you said, I feel like it's just a lot of empty promises. And honestly, I think the NBA can just dig into their pockets, man. Provide a good little prize money that will entice the players. I know Ja Morant has said like if they put up $1 million, he would do it. Listen, man, if you really care about improving this whole thing, it's not going to be worth watching if your stars aren't playing. So we'll see what they do with that. It was an interesting development. The fan within me wants to be excited for that, but at the same time, I am a little bit like skeptical because, like you said, it just feels like empty promises at this point.
Yeah, and I think this all traces back to LeBron James. Like I hate to throw him under the bus, but like he made it. I'm not gonna say him specifically, like the only one, but like in terms of stars that we were anticipating being in it. I say we, like I was super young at the time. I wasn't caring like that, but in terms of like people were anticipating like a young star. That's usually when they do it. Like in their first few years, they'll participate in something like this, and people looking forward to LeBron James participating never did it, and now all these players who grew up watching LeBron are like, LeBron didn't do it. Like I don't really need to do that either. Like not that you ever need to do it, but like you're putting on for the fans. That's really what it's all about at the end of the day. And they're like, I don't really owe the fans this, so just gonna keep, and then it's just gonna continue the cycle. Like even Giannis, who participated in the past, like that was before Giannis was a star, and to be honest, he was terrible. So like even him coming back, I'm not that excited for that. I think maybe replace him with Mac McClung and have him go up against Gordon, Levine, and Ja. But yeah, or maybe even if you have 4 stars and then Mac's like 5th off to the side, like the winner of these has to face Mac for the title. Like
Ooh.
make them earn it, because Mac has put the thing on his back, so make them earn it. But Yeah, other than that, like I just don't know where they go from here. And the thing is, the dunk contest used to be by far like okay with the All Star game, but even as the All Star game was declining, having like those years with Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, like they were putting it, even Derrick Jones Jr., like they were putting it on their back the whole weekend. Like that used to be the most fun event. And then like that started declining too. And then 3 point had its moments with like the Splash Brothers and stuff. But now it's just like all of them are just kind of on the decline. So it's kind of rough.